How's it going, guys, and welcome to a bit of a different video to what I normally do on the channel. So today I want to share a bit of news with you guys that I'm very excited for, but at the same time extremely nervous about. Now I'm going to try and make this video as short as I possibly can, so we'll cover the announcement and the details surrounding that. Afterwards we'll briefly talk about how this is going to affect the channel and the upload schedule, as well as how this will affect the live streaming side of things, which is currently all happening over on Twitch. So if you're into live streaming and you're not following me on Twitch just yet, please make sure to do so. The link to my Twitch channel will be in the description below this video. And then right at the end, we'll briefly talk about how you as a viewer can help the channel grow. Of course, there's no obligations to this and it won't cost you anything more than a few seconds. But without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, so the big announcement, if you haven't figured it out already, is I am going full-time on YouTube and Twitch. Now, there are a few T's and C's surrounding this, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But basically, a few weeks ago, I handed in my notice at my job. I worked my notice period, and at the time of recording this, I have been at home for about the last 10 days or so, working really hard behind the scenes on everything that is to come. Now, the biggest thing surrounding this is of course the fact that the channel is not exactly massive. At the time of recording this, we are just about coming up to 11,000 subscribers. And let's be honest here, not exactly a point where you're gonna look at it and go, "Ooh, I know, I'll quit my job and do this full time." The thing is, I do feel that the channel is at a point where the more I put into it, the more I'll get out. And with working a full-time job, I just really did not have more time to put into it than what I was already doing. And what Monique and I have basically been able to do here, through some very careful planning, is create a window of time. So I've got about 2 or 3 months to really give this a good go. Go full-time with both videos as well as live streaming and see where we end up. If after 2 or 3 months, things don't really work out the way that I was hoping, well then I'll go back to a full-time job and I'll fall back onto a 3-video week schedule or something like that. Hopefully that is not the case. Best case scenario, things go really well in the next 2 or 3 months and I can just continue on to make content full-time. Because that is really what I want to do. Monique actually asked me this about a week ago. She said if there was zero limitations, if you could do anything in the world as a job, what would that be? And without a second of hesitation, I said I want to make content full-time. That is genuinely what I want to do. I love doing what I do, and it's just the creativity and the community that we've built. It really feels like we've got our own little corner of the internet here, and the community is growing, and it's a lovely community, and I love hanging out with you guys, and it's just something that I'm extremely passionate about, and I want to give it a really good go and see where I can take it. Now, the next thing that we need to talk about is, of course, schedule. My plan is to put out 7 videos a week. If you're watching this at the time of release, then it'll probably take me about a week or 2 to get up to that number, but you should see a gradual increase in the amount of videos that go live on the channel. The next thing is, I know that there's going to be a few questions surrounding the roleplay, particularly, is it going to be more than 2 episodes per week? Now, the simple answer to that is unfortunately no. There's 2 reasons for that. One is that the roleplays take a massive amount of time to prep for and to record and to edit. And if I limit it to 2 videos per week, that means it frees up a lot of time for me to focus on some of the other content that I want to do. The other reason is I think that if I put out too many episodes on the roleplay per week, it'll sort of lose that excitement value and that exclusivity, and I don't want that to happen. So we're going to keep it at 2 videos a week, which again means that I can focus on a few other things. I want to bring back some of the older series and sort of finish that off. I've also got a few new series planned that I want to bring in that I hope you guys are really going to enjoy. I also asked you guys whether you want to see some other content on the channel. Most of you said no, but many of you said yes. And I want to give it a go and see what happens. So we'll take one day a week, probably a Monday. And I've got a series planned, like a mini series that I want to throw in there. And I want to see what the reaction is on a different game. And if it does really well, then we'll sort of carry on with that theme. And we'll throw in 1 or 2 episodes a week of a different game. If it's not very popular, then I'll finish off the mini series and put it down as an experiment and leave it at that. Now, in terms of the live streaming schedule, I have got a rough idea of what I want to do, but I won't really know if it's going to work until I try it. But the idea at the moment is that on Mondays and Tuesdays, there'll probably be no live streams. The reason for this is that these are the 2 days that I'm going to try and get the most complex videos done, like the role plays, and I need the most amount of time available that I can get to do that. If recording and editing goes really smoothly on those 2 days or either of those 2 days, then I might throw in some random live streams sort of at night, but they're big maybe live streams. There's definitely nothing scheduled around that. It's just if I can, I will. On Wednesdays and Thursdays, there'll be morning live streams starting at 9, and they'll be about 1.5 to 2 hour live streams, so up to about 11 o'clock. And this will be 9 o'clock in the morning UK time, GMT +1. And then on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, there'll be night streams starting around 8 o'clock and going probably up to about 11. But that is the plan, at least for now. Like I say, I don't know if it's actually going to work until I try it. So there might be a bit of fine-tuning down the line surrounding that. But that is the plan, at least for now. So that is basically it in terms of the announcement itself, as well as the scheduling. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about real quick is how you as a viewer can help the channel grow and move forward. Now, obviously, we do have a few people that support the channel financially through memberships. We've had a few super thanks. And while we're getting more active over on Twitch, I have no doubt that there'll be a few subscribers over there and possibly a few bits donated. And even though I cannot express how much I appreciate your financial support, I do not expect it at all. I do not want anyone to put any money towards any of my content unless you can absolutely 100% afford to do so. I will continue to make content even if I can't do it on a full-time basis, but please take care of yourself first. Again, I massively appreciate any financial support, but I 100% do not expect it. Now, the best way to help the channel without it being from a financial point of view is by keeping the algorithm happy. Now, the YouTube algorithm wants 4 things: watch time, likes, comments, and shares. Now, watch time is exactly that. If you watch a video right from the start all the way through to the end, the algorithm loses its mind and just goes, ooh, people love this video, and it just throws it out to the world, and it pops up in a load of people's recommended feed, and that filters people into the channel. They watch the content, they maybe fall back onto some of the other content, the view time on those videos go up, the subscribers go up, the whole thing is a big snowball effect, and YouTube goes, ooh, everyone loves this, and your channel grows. So that is the biggest single help, is watching right from the start, right through to the end. There's nothing you can do that's more helpful than watching the entire video. The algorithm freaking loves it. Secondly is interaction, which is basically likes and comments. So a little like is a second, and the algorithm loves the interaction on that. Of course, a dislike does the same thing, but just for me, from a personal point of view, I would rather see a like than a dislike, but it effectively does the same thing. And then a comment, you don't have to write a book. You can literally leave a little wave or a little smiley face. You don't have to write anything, but just that little interaction of a smiley face actually makes a massive difference if enough people do that. The last thing is shares. If you share any of the videos to any social platform, YouTube doesn't really care how many people come in from that. So even if you've only got 1 follower, just the fact that the video got shared is a big step in terms of interaction with the content, and the algorithm really likes that as well. So if you share the content to any of your socials, even if you have no followers, that is a massive help to the channel as well. So that is how you can help the channel grow, and of course there is no obligation to any of this. I just know that there'll be a few people out there that want to help the channel grow and don't really know how to, so I wanted to give a really quick explanation on that. So that is basically everything that I wanted to cover in today's video, but before we go, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you for being part of this community. The channel has really grown a lot over the last few months, and without that growth, I wouldn't be in a position where I can do this. And I could not ask for a better community to go on this journey with me. You guys are just incredible, and I think the next 2 or 3 months is going to be absolutely amazing regardless of the outcome. So from the bottom of my heart, and I genuinely mean this, to all of you, thank you.